This is Theresa King, and thank you for coming to another episode of Wrap It Up. And today I thought I would teach you how to wrap it up when you dress it up. So I have on my pearls today, my jewelry, and I'm getting ready to show you a piece of fabric that is very, very fancy. I purchased every fabric, every piece of wrap that I have has a story behind it. This piece was purchased in the garment district, and I actually cut it and made it myself. It's a piece of fabric that I bought. I was walking and I seen something that I love, and I said, ooh, I have to wear that to church on Sunday. So I decided to buy it and make me a wrap and a shawl to go together. So what I did was I bought a big piece of fabric and I cut it in a shape where it was actually it was 1.5 yards because I wanted to make a really nice shawl. So I cut it, I had it and cut it in a diamond, where I cut it across where it would be a triangle shape. And so the long side I wrapped for the shawl. Uh-oh, am I knocking stuff down? I'm sorry. I'm putting this on YouTube. I'm tearing up the house, but I'm going to keep it going, okay? Anyway, do this with this, wrap it like that, and you can take the same piece and use it as a shawl, or you can make you two. Or either, if you don't want to sew and take the sides and sew up the seams and all of that stuff so the ridges won't show, you can wrap it up and not have your ridges show by tucking them. Today I don't have any edges showing because I sewed them myself. Now I'm going to do this again blind without a mirror, but I feel like I can handle it because this piece of fabric, it's beautiful on both sides. It has one shine on the other side and it has the bling bling shine on that side. So I'm going to start again with a tip. I always like to start with a tip. I will be showing you styles where you don't need to start with a tip in the future, but soon. But right now, to me it's easier, it's quicker, and I never lose with the tip. So anyway, starting with the tip, we start here, and we wrap here. Now remember, it is the long side of the well, actually it's a triangle, but it has a long side to it when you cut it the way I've recommended. You're going to wrap here and continue to wrap. Now for me, I have a small crown, and I like to make sure it lays really, really nice here. And because I like to sit it, I love this fabric because this fabric, it sets up really, really nicely, and I can play with it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap here, and I'm a little bit see myself, so I'm glancing a little because I may be able to really, really work this wrap for you. Anyway, I'm going to come back around here. Now remember, let me go back here because all of the excess here, in the beginning you want to tuck it if you're dealing with a big piece of fabric because you really don't want to have this sitting out and not be able to do with it. And if you want to wrap it tight and you want to tuck it in the beginning because it's only at the end you really want to play with your fabric. And here you're wrapping. Now when you come around the last time, I'm going to fold this tip just to kind of get it out the way a little bit because it's so much fabric. I'm going to come around here and I'm going to puff this. You know what I think? I'm going to pull that tip out. Let's pull it out and play with it because this fabric sits it's so thick and it has such a texture to it that you can play with it. I'm going to come back and play with that. I love to loosen this up in the top. When I get a good fabric, I love to loosen it up and make it puffy and make it like first lady looking kind of style. And so here I'm going to come around here, and I may have enough to come around one more time, but I'm not quite sure. It looks like I do. So here I'm going to tuck this here and fold it and bring it around one last time. Leave this, it doesn't have an edge to show, so and it's seen very well. So I'm going to leave that where that will show because I think I'm going to play with that too. Come around. Now, did I tuck all of that? No, I left that to play with, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to tuck this piece here, and the piece that I left up to play with, I'm going to pull it back around to the front. And let's see if we can toss and turn and twist and wrap and bring around and do this and that and see what now. Every wrap can be a different wrap, and I cannot guarantee you the same look every time, because sometimes I'm on a wing in a prayer myself, but it just seems to work when you just put your mind into it and put your heart into it and just do the doggone thing, you know? So here I have the last little piece here. I'm going to bring this around and tuck it where I know it will stay tight, and when I move around and get my praise on, I'm going to look like the First Lady, even though, hey, why not? Really do the doggone thing. Dress it up and wrap it up. Don't forget, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud. Put in Sing Theresa King, because yes, I do sing. This too shall pass, and you're not by yourself. You think there is no hell. I know that you've been hurt by so many people. Nobody cared for you. It's all right. It's all right. Don't forget, check me out on SoundCloud, Facebook, Theresa King Speaks. You can Google me. You will find me. Sing Theresa King. I'm out there. Be blessed, okay? And come back for another episode of Wrap It Up. Don't forget, pray for me.